What is a Matterport and how can it help you build an Airbnb business? Hey guys, Mark here with STR Cribs, and today I'm going to talk about a piece of tech that literally helps our team save thousands and thousands of man hours and helps us set up profitable short-term rentals all across the country. If you guys stick around till the very end, I'm even going to drop a couple of insider tips on how you can better leverage this tool to help you scale your portfolio, buy that first property, make sure you've got the best short-term rental in your market, and do all of this remotely. And so what is a Matterport, guys? It's basically like a digital twin of your property. It scans every room, creating a 3D model and giving you a dollhouse view. Basically allows you to be at the property when you're not really there. This can be great for setting up a short-term rental, for managing a short-term rental. There's all kinds of use cases for one of these, but for us, our team, when we're looking at properties, when we're doing projects, and when our partners are investing in more homes, it's always step one. So how do you get a Matterport? Well, step one is to create an account with Matterport. I dropped their website in the show notes, and go there, sign up. I think there's some basic starter plans that are just a few dollars a month. Oftentimes they charge you depending on how many properties you're hosting at any given time. And so what we might host hundreds and hundreds of homes at a time. If you've got one or two properties, it should be a pretty low cost to host those properties every month. And then you've got two options. One, you can go through the Matterport booking portal to set up and create a Matterport on a property. They're gonna route you to one of their certified vendors in the local market, one of their real estate photographers, to go take the Matterport. That's option one. I found that's the most expensive way and the most time-consuming way to actually get a Matterport done, because all Matterport does on behalf of you is reach out to somebody in that market who's a certified Matterport vendor and schedules them and then upcharges their charge to go do it. You're adding in a middleman that's gonna cost you more and take more time. What I like to do, I already have my team of certified people that we work with in all of our different markets, but when I'm new to a market, I just go to a Google search. I'm sure ChatGPT or some different AI tools can help you with this as well. At the time we're recording this, they're getting better and better. But I go to a Google search and I go to the market. Say I'm in Austin, Texas, and I type in Matterport service, Austin, Texas. It's gonna give me a list of 3 or 4, 5 or 10 different Matterport providers, people that shoot Matterports. And I'm gonna pick up the phone and start calling and say, hey man, I've got this property. I'm using it for short-term rentals. It's gonna be an Airbnb and I need a Matterport done on this. How much would you charge? Most Matterport providers are gonna charge based upon the square footage and based upon the scope of work. And so you're gonna provide them with the square footage and you're gonna provide them with the SOPs, the things that you need done on that Matterport. If you stick around to the end of the video, I'm gonna walk you through them because they're very unique and different from a standard Matterport. If you get a standard Matterport, it's gonna be good. If you get the Matterport that our team sets up, it's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna give you those tips and tricks and those things to ask for. But if you have that list, you just send the checklist and say, hey guys, these are the things that we need included in our Matterport. This is not a standard Matterport. I need you to go above and beyond for me on this one. You have those conversations. I think most houses are gonna fall between $300 and about $750, depending on the location and the square footage of the home and what's all included. But that's it, guys. Go through Matterport, schedule it directly, or reach out to photographers that offer the Matterport scan and ask them to do it for you and see what they would charge. You're probably gonna save 15 to 20% by going direct to the photographer. So if that's worth your time, totally do it. If it's not, take advantage of the Matterport service, their direct booking on their website. And as a side note, guys, I just said it myself. If you've got a realtor and you're under contract on a property, it's more than likely that your realtor knows a great real estate photographer in the area and someone that does Matterports. So try to leverage some of your local contacts as well to give you a recommendation. What's the advantage to having a Matterport? Well, a couple things. One, we talked about, you get to walk the property and you get to open doors and go in closets and check out the garage and walk the backyard. So there's that piece of it, which is kind of said without being said. But then the next piece to me is really the measuring tool. And so when we do Matterports, it allows us to get within a 99% accuracy of measurements of the entire house. I need to know where a window is at, how tall, what's the distance from the top of the window to the ceiling, and how tall is that window from the top to the bottom, and then what's the distance from the bottom of the window to the floor. I need to make all those measurements for curtains or for window coverings. Boom, Matterport allows me to do that. I can run those measurements with the click of a button on Matterport. It's a huge advantage, guys. This measuring tool is a game changer for you, no matter what you're doing to a house. Putting a couch in it, well, how big of a sectional will fit? Matterport will tell you, hey, need to do wallpaper? How much wallpaper do I need in order to do this wall? Well, the Matterport measuring tool will tell me. And so those are two of the big pieces. The third one for me is really accountability. When I'm not at a property, I know what the condition of the property was the moment I did that Matterport. And if anything changes, I have that to revert back to. And so if a chandelier gets broken, or there's a hole in the wall, or there's a cabinet that gets broken, well, I can go back and look at my Matterport and say, hey, this wasn't in that condition when I had so-and-so start on the project, or I had this person come into the property. And so it's great for accountability. I'm a huge fan of that. And then guys, really, I'm gonna kind of talk through how that also transitions to managing your short-term rental and how that Matterport can help you in managing the property. Step one, you got your furniture planning. You need to do a layout. Matterport gives you floor plans, guys. They have some of the best dynamic floor plans out of any tool I've ever seen. And you can order those floor plans at the click of a button when you're setting up your Matterport. So you get your Matterport transferred, you accept that transfer in your Matterport account, and then you go to add-ons and you click order floor plan. There's a few different options. You can order it in color, you can order it with furniture or without furniture. That's up to you guys, but it's a pretty small cost to get a floor plan, and we're big fans of the Matterport floor plans. So Matterport, guys, just gives you that virtual twin of your property and allows you to do a lot of stuff remotely. What are we talking about when we talk about property management? How does this Matterport transition from just the setup, the staging, the construction, the launch of a property into managing the property? Well, we manage our own properties, and we know that not all guests are created the same, and not all guests are perfect, and sometimes guests do damage and ruin stuff or steal stuff. I'm able to go back on that Matterport and look at the condition of the home, what was there, what wasn't there, and use that as evidence if I ever have a claim with the OTAs, or if I ever have to go after a guest for damages. Yes, I have my photos from my Turno app from my cleaning that time, but I also have that walkthrough where I'm able to go into a room, look at a certain angle, look at a different corner, and really be there and say, no, that lamp wasn't missing, it was here, and now it's missing, and so we're gonna charge you for that missing lamp. So that's one. It's definitely a great insurance policy if you're making claims with OTAs or with guests. And two, it just gives you that peace of mind to know that no matter what happens in the future, you can always look back on what you had before this instance happened. And so guys, I know we're getting a little long here, and I don't want to make these videos super long. And so I want to cut to the chase of what tips and tricks I use when getting a Matterport on day one so that I'm set up for success down the road. And so one, I always do what's called a 360 Matterport. That is the entire property, the backyard, the side yards, the front yard, the driveway, the deck space, the attic space. I get everything, and I make sure to tell the person that's doing the Matterport that they need to do a 360 Matterport of the entire property. I don't want this tired ass video walkthrough that realtors like to do on Zillow. It's terrible. I can't see different angles. I can't open closet doors. I can't walk the backyard. I can't go up on the deck. I want everything Matterport. I want this thing to have so many different angles that it makes your head spin. And it might charge you an extra $50 or $75. It's totally worth it, guys. Get a 360 Matterport, include closets, include the interior of the garage, include attic space, include crawl spaces, everything as if I was there. Number two, guys, I always require the people that are doing our Matterports to use the newest and latest camera. Depending on the time you're watching this video right now, we're asking people to use the Matterport 3 camera. There's the 4 out as well that you can require, but make sure they're using the latest and greatest technology. If you talk to a Matterport provider, someone taking the photos and the video, and they still use the 1 or the 2, that's an outdated Matterport camera. They need to be on the 3 or the 4, at the very least the 3, likely the 4, so that we get the best quality version of this Matterport we can, so that our measurements are super accurate. And then a couple things, you always want to make sure there's no one in the house. So if you ask your Matterport person to go out and take the Matterport, you want to make sure that the sellers are gone, that there's no contractors working on the property. You just don't want people in their way. However, stuff is okay. If someone's moving and there's boxes, Matterport can filter out those boxes. If there's furniture in the house and you're getting rid of the furniture, Matterport can filter that out. So no people, but stuff is not the worst thing. You can still do great with Matterport. And so guys, I hope that was helpful. Matterport is definitely a secret tool that we use in our business that you can use to leverage in your business. Some great ideas. Hopefully I dropped on you on how to leverage that tool and make it as good as possible. And if you have any questions or you need anything, reach out to me. But guys, this Matterport is going to be a game changer for you. It's going to help you set up your property. It's going to help you make management so much easier. And trust me, I've been there. I know it's never simple down the road, but it can certainly be easier if you've checked these boxes and you have a great Matterport. It's going to make your life so much easier as you start a complicated journey. So guys, check me out, strcribs.com. I'm happy to help with anything you need. Thank you for checking out our channel, and make sure you like, subscribe, and share this with anybody who might need to know about Matterports and how they can leverage it to create a short-term rental empire. Thanks.